This is massive news, and honestly, it feels super bullish for the entire crypto space. Over $500 billion are on the verge of flowing into the cryptocurrency market, and Shiba Inu is positioned as one of the biggest beneficiaries of this shift. Analysts are already whispering that the token might finally drop another zero from its price, which would be a historic milestone for the community. But the question everyone is asking is this: who is behind these huge moves, and what does this mean for Shiba Inu in both the short term and the long run? Let's not waste time and get straight into it, but first, as always, remember this is not financial advice, and you should do your own research before making investment decisions. A newly emerging whale has made headlines in the crypto community after expanding their portfolio with a colossal acquisition of Shiba Inu tokens. This investor purchased around 600 billion SHIB, capitalizing on a surge of more than 10% in the token's price within just 24 hours. According to data from blockchain analytics platform LucanChain, the whale strategically moved into the Shiba Inu market with conviction, demonstrating not just opportunism but confidence in the token's future trajectory. Why is this significant? The presence of newly born whales in the Shiba Inu ecosystem is an incredibly positive sign. Large-scale investors usually don't risk millions on a project unless they see strong fundamentals and a promising roadmap. Their entry signals a belief in Shiba Inu's underlying strengths, its team, its community, and the potential of its expanding ecosystem. In crypto, whales often serve as trendsetters, guiding retail sentiment. When they buy, smaller investors tend to follow, creating positive momentum that can snowball into rallies. The whale's latest move boosts their total Shiba Inu holdings to an astonishing 600 billion tokens, worth about $5.6 million at the time of purchase. This now secures their position as the 72nd largest SHIB holder in the world. What's even more interesting is that this purchase came shortly after the same investor added 250 billion SHIB, worth about $2.3 million, just 9 days earlier. Two large consecutive buys of this scale show strategic planning rather than random speculation. At the same time, Shiba Inu as a project is standing on the verge of deleting yet another zero from its price. This kind of event doesn't happen by chance. Persistent whale activity, combined with an extremely dedicated community that continues to burn tokens every month, is laying the groundwork for long-term price appreciation. Just in the past month, reports from Crypto Basic confirmed that over 1.36 billion SHIB were burned by the community, permanently reducing the circulating supply. This ongoing burn process, combined with large whale inflows, is one of the reasons why sentiment around SHIB is extremely bullish right now. Deleting a zero in crypto might sound like a simple event, but it has deep implications. When we say that Shiba Inu is close to dropping a zero, we're essentially saying that its value per token increases by a factor of 10. This means not only a psychological win for the community but also a reflection of stronger adoption and higher demand. Investors and traders typically see this as proof that the project is maturing and becoming more valuable in the wider crypto ecosystem. And this isn't just about one whale or one community effort. Institutional activity is also playing a role here. Did you know that Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, is currently the single biggest holder of Shiba Inu? According to Etherscan data, Binance wallets now hold an incredible 83 trillion SHIB, with an estimated value of around $738 million. That's not just passive holding, that's a statement of confidence in the token's relevance within the exchange ecosystem. But it hasn't been all smooth sailing for Binance. The exchange has faced regulatory challenges and leadership changes recently. With Richard Teng stepping in as the new CEO, Binance is making efforts to rebuild trust, emphasize transparency, and maintain its global dominance. Teng has been vocal about maintaining a one-to-one backing for every user asset and strengthening proof-of-reserve systems. He has also emphasized decentralization and innovation as the guiding principles for Binance's future. These statements matter because the exchange's stability directly impacts tokens like SHIB that are heavily traded on its platform. A stronger Binance means more security and liquidity for Shiba Inu investors worldwide. While these whale moves and Binance dominance are big news, they're only part of the larger picture. The real game changer might come from the global financial world itself. Recently, Qatar's sovereign wealth fund, one of the richest state-owned funds in the world, made headlines by entering the Bitcoin market. If you're unfamiliar, Qatar is a small but extremely wealthy country in the Middle East with trillions of dollars under management. According to reports circulating on crypto channels, Qatar could be planning to allocate as much as $500 billion into Bitcoin. Now, you might ask, what does Qatar's Bitcoin investment have to do with Shiba Inu? The answer lies in market dynamics. Bitcoin is the tide that lifts or lowers all ships in crypto. When institutional money flows into Bitcoin, it not only raises Bitcoin's value but also sets the tone for altcoins. A surge in Bitcoin often translates into increased investor appetite for other tokens like SHIB, especially as traders start looking for higher returns beyond Bitcoin's relatively stable movements. If Qatar actually follows through with this rumored $500 billion investment, the ripple effects across the entire crypto market would be enormous, creating one of the biggest bull runs we've ever seen. Think about it. If a sovereign wealth fund of Qatar's size openly validates crypto by pouring in that much capital, it will force other funds and institutional players to follow suit. And once the money starts pouring in, not only Bitcoin but also altcoins like Shiba Inu will benefit from the wave of adoption and investment. History has shown this pattern repeatedly. Whenever institutions begin to embrace Bitcoin, the next phase is always diversification into major altcoins. For Shiba Inu specifically, this could be a golden opportunity. With its massive community base, continuous burns, whale confidence, and ecosystem development around projects like Shibarium, SHIB is perfectly positioned to capitalize on any institutional trickle-down effects. Investors looking beyond Bitcoin are naturally drawn to tokens that already have strong visibility, liquidity, and a proven track record of retail engagement. Shiba Inu checks all those boxes. The big question now is timing. When will Shiba Inu actually delete that zero? While no one can predict with certainty, the current combination of factors, whale inflows, Binance massive holdings, community-driven burns, institutional money entering Bitcoin, and growing mainstream adoption, suggests that it's no longer a matter of if, but rather when. The crypto market thrives on narratives, and right now, the narrative around Shiba Inu is one of growth, resilience, and long-term potential. But let's also talk about risks, because no investment is without them. Whale activity, while often bullish, can also create volatility. Large holders have the power to swing markets when they sell. Similarly, while token burns reduce supply, they don't automatically guarantee price increases unless matched with growing demand. And as for institutional money, while Qatar's rumored investment is massive, it remains speculation until confirmed. Investors should always balance optimism with caution. That being said, Shiba Inu has already proven critics wrong multiple times. From being labeled a meme coin with no utility to now becoming one of the most talked about projects in the space, Shib's journey is nothing short of remarkable. Every step forward, whether it's a burn, a whale purchase, or institutional validation, adds credibility and strengthens its case for long-term survival and growth. So, what do you think? Could Qatar's potential $500 billion Bitcoin investment trigger the bull run that finally propels Shiba Inu to drop another zero? Do you think Binance's massive SHIB holdings are a bullish sign of institutional backing, or could they pose risks of centralization? And how do you view these new whales joining the SHIB army? Share your thoughts in the comments, because the Shiba Inu community thrives on collective discussions and diverse perspectives. As we wrap this up, one thing is crystal clear. Shiba Inu is no longer just riding the waves of hype, it's building real momentum backed by community effort, whale confidence, and broader market dynamics. Whether you're holding SHIB for the long run or just watching from the sidelines, the coming months promise to be some of the most exciting in the token's history. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future updates on Shiba Inu and the wider crypto market. Sharing this with your friends also helps spread awareness and strengthen our community. Thanks for watching, and let's keep an eye on the charts, because the next big move could be closer than we think.